That's the truth. What do you make of this disconnect between the president talking about how we should have 150% job approval if the story were really told? It does feel, and you heard that Alex Tabbitt went out and talked to these people, most of whom are actual Trump supporters. They voted for Trump multiple times, who are just saying, this is not my reality. Food prices are up, gas prices are up. That doesn't mean I hate you or that you're the worst person in the world, but my reality is that I thought you were going to handle inflation, and I thought affordability was a primary pursuit of yours, and it turns out it's not. I don't think Donald Trump can talk himself out of that, and I talk his way out of it.
No, it is people's lived reality. Look, at the end of the day, the reason you're reporting the statistics and we're talking about them is because we think they summarise people's lives. But people who are out there living these lives, they understand what's going on. Let me try and help folks at home understand some of the disconnect between some of the headlines you see out there. One way of thinking about this, I'm going to introduce word for the day, Labor's share of income. So together as the American people, we produce a big metaphorical pie. Some people call it GDP, I call it pie. We have to decide who gets what. One of the important things we do is we say this is the amount that's going off to workers, how many people work, what are their wages, and the rest of the pie we send that off to capital, as business profits and for investors and so on. The share of our national pie going to workers is currently at an all-time low. Mm-hmm. And so what that means is if what you're doing is talking to the rest of your cabinet who almost exclusively earn their money from capital, and very few Americans do. It's incredibly concentrated among the rich. Yep. You're hearing all this positivity. Most Americans go to work and earn a wage, and the wage share is lower. So even if some of the statistics look great, the reality for American workers is much, much weaker.
Justin, as always, you shed light on these things for us, and we appreciate it. Good to see you, my friend. Justin Wolfers is a professor of public policy and economics at the University of Michigan. All right, coming up, how Donald Trump tipped his hand on the munitions shortage that's plaguing his war of choice with Iran. Plus, we'll fact check a bit of Beltway.
And I've said the exact same thing every year, people have babies. Those babies, once they turn 16, 17, 18 years old, they create workers. Well, you compile that with the people that's already working. You give out false reports pertaining to the economy being great, pertaining to the jobs circuit out there. There's so many false flag measuring devices out there. Wall Street compared to Main Street is two completely different entities. But now they'll try to convince you, the politicians and the media will try to convince you, oh no, this is all in good standard towards what's going on in the world. You're incorrect. That is not what's going on in our world, in the real world, pertaining to the majority. That's turned into the minority. People are not doing great. People are hurting. Prices have exceeded what people's incomes are, unless you're fortunate and you work for a strong company doing a special talent, or you're up the food chain pertaining to getting the bigger piece off the pie before it ever starts getting sliced down to the little bitty pieces. In addition to all the taxes that they have to be out every week, in addition to the insurances that keep going up, in addition to wear and tear on vehicles, in addition to the gas in getting to work, people are misled if they believe that the American economy is doing great. They are blind in one eye and can't see out of the other, as far as I'm concerned. Good luck to all of us, is what I keep continually saying. Good luck to all of us, because the bankers, the lawyers, the judges, anybody associated with that particular department, federal or state, they're doing all right. But now, the average person out there that has to travel 25, 30 miles just to get to their job, and then another 25, 30 miles back, in addition to having to wait in traffic jams, possibly 45 minutes to an hour and a half every morning, and then 45 minutes to an hour to get back home, they've done exerted anywhere from 10 to 12 to 14 hours of their lives for a rinky-dink check at the end of the week that between Uncle Sam and insurances and all the other disputable unforeseeables, they've done taken about half of their check. And we got idiots that want to stand up on national TV and tell us how well that the economy is doing. Hello? What kind of reality are they really living in pertaining to the real reality? You know, you can spit out all day long that the moon is purple or the moon is blue or the moon is green. And just because you say it don't mean it makes it the gospel. Good luck. God bless. Shalom. Heaven help us all.